Confidence in marriage is not about being loud, demanding, or perfect. It is about feeling secure in who you are, even when love feels complicated. And if you are listening right now, feeling unsure of yourself, questioning your worth, or wondering how you slowly became someone who second-guesses her feelings, her needs, and even her voice inside her marriage, I want you to know that this loss of confidence did not happen overnight, and it does not mean you were weak. It means you have been trying to hold a relationship together while quietly losing trust in yourself. And this is far more common than women are willing to admit, because marriage can subtly reshape confidence through small moments of emotional neglect, unspoken disappointment, or repeated self-silencing. And to understand how to rebuild confidence, we must first understand how it gets worn down. So let me share a story that may feel deeply familiar about a woman named Rachel, a woman who once felt sure of herself, who spoke freely, trusted her instincts, and believed her feelings mattered. But over the years of marriage, Rachel began adjusting herself more and more. She stopped bringing things up because it felt easier not to. She dismissed her own hurt by telling herself she was overreacting. And when her husband became emotionally distant or less responsive, she quietly internalized it as something being wrong with her. And this is how confidence erodes in marriage, not through one big event, but through many small moments where a woman learns to doubt herself. And psychologically, when a woman repeatedly ignores her own emotional signals to preserve harmony, her brain begins to associate self-expression with risk. And over time, she loses trust in her inner voice, which leads to insecurity, anxiety, and emotional dependence. And rebuilding confidence begins with reversing this pattern. The first powerful way to rebuild your confidence in marriage is to reconnect with your emotional truth, because confidence grows when you trust what you feel, not when you suppress it. This means allowing yourself to name your emotions without judgment, saying, "I feel hurt," "I feel lonely," or "I feel unappreciated," without immediately trying to justify, minimize, or fix those feelings, because your emotions are information, not weaknesses. And when you honor them privately first, you begin rebuilding trust with yourself, which is the foundation of confidence. And this also means stopping the habit of self-blame when something feels off in the relationship, because not every emotional gap is your fault. And learning to ask, "What am I feeling and why?" instead of "What's wrong with me?" is a powerful shift that strengthens your inner stability. The second way to rebuild confidence in marriage is through clear, grounded communication, not aggressive confrontation and not silent endurance, but calm, self-respecting expression. Because confidence grows every time you speak your truth without apologizing for it. This does not mean every conversation will go perfectly or be received well, but confidence is built through the act of honoring yourself, not through controlling outcomes. And this might look like saying, "This matters to me," or "I need emotional connection," or "I don't feel heard right now," without over-explaining or shrinking your needs to sound easier to accept. And at first, this can feel uncomfortable, because when you have been quiet for a long time, using your voice feels risky. But every time you choose honesty over silence, your confidence grows quietly. And equally important is learning to tolerate discomfort without retreating. Because confidence is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to remain present even when your voice shakes. And the third way to rebuild your confidence in marriage is by separating your self-worth from your partner's behavior. Because one of the most damaging things to a woman's confidence is measuring her value by how much effort, affection, or attention she receives. And when your confidence depends on how your partner shows up, it rises and falls constantly, leaving you emotionally unstable. But real confidence comes from knowing that your worth does not change based on someone else's capacity, mood, or limitations. And this means reminding yourself daily that you are worthy of respect, even when someone fails to offer it, and that you do not need to earn love by being smaller, easier, or more accommodating. And rebuilding this internal sense of worth often requires consciously investing back into yourself, especially in areas that were neglected during emotional strain, such as nurturing friendships, pursuing personal interests, caring for your body, and creating moments of joy that are not dependent on your marriage. Because these experiences reinforce the truth that you are a whole person, not just a role. And as you begin practicing these 3 shifts, reconnecting with your emotions, speaking with grounded honesty, and anchoring your worth within yourself, something powerful begins to happen. Your posture changes, your decisions feel clearer, and you stop chasing validation in subtle ways. And this internal confidence often shifts the dynamic of the marriage as well, not because you are trying to change your partner, but because confidence changes how you show up. You become less reactive, less desperate for reassurance, and more emotionally steady. And I want to speak directly to the woman who feels afraid that rebuilding her confidence might create distance or conflict, because this fear keeps many women stuck in self-doubt. But the truth is that a relationship that only works when you doubt yourself is not emotionally healthy. And confidence does not destroy connection, it clarifies it. Because when you know who you are and what you deserve, you can engage in your marriage from a place of choice rather than fear. And even if difficult conversations arise, you will face them with clarity instead of insecurity. And rebuilding confidence does not mean becoming cold or detached. It means becoming emotionally rooted, compassionate without self-abandonment, loving without losing yourself. And this process takes time, patience, and kindness towards yourself, because confidence is rebuilt through small, consistent acts of self-respect, not dramatic overnight changes. And even on days when you feel unsure, choosing to honor your feelings, your boundaries, and your needs is an act of confidence. And as this message comes to a close, I invite you to reflect gently on one question. Where in your marriage have you been doubting yourself? And what would it look like to trust yourself again in that space? Because confidence is something you don't ask permission for. It is something you reclaim. And if this message resonated with you, please share it with another woman who may be quietly struggling with self-doubt in her marriage. Leave a comment and let your voice be heard. And subscribe for more conversations that support emotional strength, clarity, and self-respect. Because you deserve a marriage where confidence grows, not one where it slowly fades. And rebuilding your confidence is not just good for you, it's essential for a healthy, balanced, and emotionally safe marriage.